Right now, a lot of the things going on the show floor are pushing to 2K, 4K for the new workflows. Is your 3D setup being targeted at workflow for these higher res, or are they under the standard filming model that's been in place?
Well, I could do an hour presentation, and I did recently at CinemaCon on high frame rates versus, in other words, temporal resolution versus spatial resolution. There's a big push for 4K. I'm somewhat cautionary about that because even at the cinema level, even though the cameras are enabled to shoot some of them 3K, 4K, 5K, even in terms of the red epics, and we can display 4K. The truth is that the center of that pipeline is still 2K, and so there's a bottleneck, and that's in visual effects. Visual effects renders right now are not, visual effects companies cannot operate cost effectively above 2K for their native rendering process. So we can all charge to 4K, but it'll only be the stuff that's mostly live action, which is not most movies these days. It will apply more on the broadcast side. The reason I'm cautionary is because if we have bandwidth available, if we have bitrate headroom available, we should use it for temporal resolution, meaning higher frame rates. And that's not such a big issue in the broadcast industry because it's already 60i enabled right now and moving to 60p presumably in the next year or so. At least some of the networks are talking about making that their goal, such as ESPN and so on. So I don't think that the higher frame rate is as big an issue for broadcast. I think it's a big issue on the movie side, because I think the broadcast industry is pulling away from the movies rapidly in this area of frame rate. I believe broadcast has made the right decision. The movie industry is going in the wrong direction, which is getting too overly focused on spatial resolution. You know, what's the area array? If you've got a 4K picture, you're talking about 4 times the data rate of a 2K picture, because it's essentially 4 2K pictures, as opposed to doing 2K at 48 or 60p, in which case you're only at 2 or 2.5 times the bit rate to achieve a better looking picture because you've removed all the motion artifacts. But that's a fairly technical area. I'm pretty outspoken on it. The other thing is that most people don't understand is that a lot of the 4K, so-called 4K projectors, because they're 3D compatible, are using an optical system that's built into the projector, and they're simultaneously displaying 2 2K pictures in a stack, so that they're displaying simultaneously on the screen as opposed to the time sequential process. And by doing that, they've essentially gone from 4K down to a quarter of that resolution of 2K. And it is also the case for the non-3D films because they have to run them through the same projector. In terms of sets, I think the general answer is we're going to be there to service the needs of whatever people adopt in this. We can handle the frame rates, we can handle the resolution issues, and we welcome any improvements in any of those areas that are industry-wide, and we're ready to service them.
But we're almost on the side of the customer, if you will, because one of the unique factors of the company is we try and look at it as a complete end-to-end solution. We don't just take one kind of spike in the marketplace and say, oh, that's going to change everything. That was what we're doing. I think we're embracing higher resolution and where it takes advantage for 3D, but we're also looking at it from the end to end. How does it impact the whole infrastructure? And I think one of our strengths to make these alliances is to try and push the industry towards a goal that it works for everybody. Not just one piece of the puzzle, and so I think it's critical to embrace those technologies, but also to evaluate them in the overall goal of where we want to end up, and that is, good 3D entertainment that is cost effectively produced worldwide.